Alright, yo, what's good? What's up? It's your boy Corrosive, really back at it with a game that actually kind of found me. I wasn't really looking for games, but late at night I was scrolling and I found an interesting game. So this looked like a good Adventure Time series, or a good game to add to my Adventure Time series. So yeah, come along with me on this new adventure in Soul Link. I believe this is what this is called. I lied. Okay, so it's called Soul Frame. All right, so the game is called Soul Frame. Uh, and genuinely, I kind of messed up here. I didn't know I was customizing my character with the mom. I didn't know what was going on in this particular scene here. So yeah, y'all gonna have to forgive me since I couldn't make them dark skinned, you know what I'm saying? Or like I didn't realize, like, cause like look, you see me hover over the options and the lady don't even change, you know? So I was like, I don't know what's going on here. So yeah, I didn't realize like I was picking my character out through the mom, which in my mind makes complete and total sense. At the same time, I'm talking to myself like, damn, like she gonna feel some sort of way when the baby black. Hopefully the daddy don't find out. But yeah.
A woven crown in careful ties.
But yeah, the beginning part basically, like something happened with your mama where she like gives you up. I don't really know why or what the deal is, but yeah, this happened. So we gonna move on from this part. So yeah, all of a sudden, you know, you get taken away from your mama, and all of a sudden you a full grown ass person. How does that work? I don't know. Again, I originally was gonna play this as a dark skinned fella. You know, I was gonna make it look like myself, but you know what I mean? Like I just couldn't. I messed up my options, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just kind of look like Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. That was a favorite game of mine when I was younger, so made her a little bit close to it or similar. But yeah, like all of a sudden I'm like fully grown person. How we like she said we family, and then she beat my head in. Like, alright, that's weird. That's weird.
Beyond the pale of Odin's sky live verdant fields of rain and wild.
At this point in my mind, I have no idea what's going on, but I desperately want to figure out what the hell is going on. You know what I mean? Like, I see this beautiful creature here, literally just giving me the time of day to give me life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, from that moment on, I vowed in this game to just protect every animal I find. You see my hand too? My hand has some level of significance. I don't know what it is with that hand that's so important, but there's some level of significance to that hand. I haven't figured it out yet, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure this beautiful creature is a guardian of a forest that I found myself in, right? He gave me his blessing, and that blessing gave me life. So out of respect, you know what I'm saying, for those that gave me life, you know, I gotta, you know what I'm saying, I gotta do what's right. I gotta find spirit. And look, I got like a Scotty talking to me too, so I think picking Aloy was probably a good idea.
Join us.
Where my clothes at?
Won't you?
Oh, okay, so now I'm picking my classes. I'm gonna skip this part. I pick warrior. Hey, y'all, I ain't even gonna lie, man. I was so close to picking a wizard class. I love magic, bro, but I also like swords a lot too, so I'm like, do I pick the fantasy version, or do I go with like my personality, my aesthetic choice, you know? And I ended up going with my personality. Damn, I just stabbed that man. That's crazy. And so I picked the sword, you know what I mean? I gotta do it. But yeah, like, just to talk about the combat, after these like 2 hours of recording, right, I learned that the combat is actually pretty enjoyable for the sword class. There's a lot of parry and movement options to really spice up the combat. Y'all are gonna see as we go through it. I'm gonna keep it similar to my other Adventure Time series in Dragon's Dogma. I'm gonna show you guys all the combat, you know what I mean, and I'm gonna show you guys all the key moments. This is what this space is essentially. Is gonna be like your hub to link you to all your quests, to help you adjust your gear and all that good stuff. I genuinely found this on accident. I was trying to find the quest bar menu. I remember in one of my past videos I was talking about how I was glad that there wasn't really anything holding my hand in the game, you know? And don't get me wrong, the sparrow is kind of like the guide. You're supposed to really trust in your sparrow to guide you to the right place, right? But I would have liked a little bit more of a tutorial on like what the fuck is actually going on, bro. What these buttons actually do, right? I feel like that would have been good for me, because getting into the combat and into the nitty gritty of it without like really any like real like, okay, this is what you do to like defend, and this is what you do to like say heal yourself, was a little weird, a little jarring, especially given like the style of this game. I feel like they at least tell you that, but they focus primarily on the story mode or the story function, you know, which I don't hate at all. Like, I can't even say I left the tutorial. It doesn't even feel like I've left the tutorial yet, but yeah, like the game looks good, like, you know, but at this point we're in 2025. If games don't look at least this good on launch, there's a problem. And that by how good technology is, games should be about this quality. This quality is like the standard. It generally is the standard. So the fact that they made it here, I mean, it's a thumbs up in my book. You know what I'm saying? I like how they present the enemy HP bars too. That to me is pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know who the opposition is. Y'all seen how the entry started? Very ambiguous, and I kind of like that for storytelling purposes. I like that kind of like, oh, you're gonna learn who they are as you go. Hopefully, you learn more about your character and why you were taken from your parents, and all of a sudden, you know, thrusted into like this random world. You know what I mean? What's up with your hand? Like, there are so many questions that I'm looking forward to getting answered. You know, you are something called the Envoy, right? And to what I can understand, the Envoy is like connected to maybe the guardians of different spirit domains, and those spirit domains give you blessings to where it augments your fighting capability. But like, to what end, to what extent that is true, I'm not quite sure. So the spear I just pulled out the tree, right? I feel like those spears, now given a little bit of information, right, and experience, those spears cause like some level of rot to occur to like your allies, or the things that you want to be your allies, right? The things that give you power in this game, right? Which is interesting. Like, why are they tainting the land using these spears? Like, what's the goal? But yeah, guys, this game is multiplayer. It is online. So there is, I had to remove the global chat. Y'all see it right there. It can be a little annoying. I kept the Q&As up because, again, that's information that I can use later if it is pertinent. But, you know, only time will tell if the questions they ask are actually valuable. I remember one question was, how do you get out the game? And it's like, bro, do not, like, what? That's such an obvious. Anyway, to each their own. My big goal right now is just to get good at the combat. The combat's very enjoyable, in my opinion. It's a little simple. My only real qualm with it is the fact that we don't have like you don't have innate abilities or skills. I think the things that I'm using right now, the red thing that you see me using periodically in the game, I think it's just like an augment, like a stat buff type thing. Like I found like going back to that little spatial area that I was telling you about that you can access, right? You in there you can like upgrade your weapon, and that upgrading your weapon gives you stats, and then the spirit that you decide to roll with, right? You can upgrade that, and that gives you like a skill tree, essentially, right? But it's not skills in the tree; it's more like stats. So, like again, I wonder if there is an actual skill tree, and if not, why is it that the NPCs are the only things that can actually use like magic and like certain skills? You'll see what I mean as time progresses. But basically, we're here in this tower because an ancestor of ours, us as the main character, their spirit resides inside of this this tower, and we're here to look for him. All right, so we found the ancestor. It was kind of a little bit of a long little search, but we found him in this room.
The old have burned the great Pensieve's archive. Now words live in smoke.
Looks like a scholar. I didn't even notice the thing on his shoulder until later on, bro. He has like a little dude talking to him, and now he's asking for a quell pen. So give me a second, let me go find that pen for him. Man, y'all, I'll tell you what. If I was like any character in an anime, I'd be like Zoro. I get lost so easily. It's ridiculous. Like, it's kind of insane. But thankfully, I have this bird to kind of keep me online. Cause man, I just wander off and never find my way, bro. Like, especially how nice this world is, and I have a tendency just to want to go farm NPCs for EXP. So it's just like, yeah, I have to cut a lot of time out of this because I do just spend a lot of it just farming NPCs. I'll just go look at, oh, look, there's a random town. Go over there. It has nothing to do with what I'm doing, just to wipe out all the opposition for EXP. Does anyone else have that problem, or just like kind of just wandering off and getting lost? But yeah, we found the quell pen that my ancient scholar friend was looking for. And funny enough, like, I didn't realize how much I enjoyed the fact that they actually like put the fact that people used to use bird feathers as pens. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of tickled my fancy for a weird reason. Maybe it's because I had aspirations of being somewhat of a scholar.
My fold is fine and say goodbye. My will is signed to you. The blood and cinder.
Alright, man. Like, well, you know, we just helped him out, and yeah, so now he's a part of our inner world now. If I was to go back to that little subspace I was telling you guys about, he will be there, trying to guide me through all my quests. I think he does become kind of like a guide for you throughout your journey in this game. Alright, so you know me, I'm just wandering around, minding my own business, right? And look, I see some random ne'er-do-wells, and I'm like, oh, I like to squabble. But this guy's huge, right? So I'm over here. I have not mastered the combat system yet, right? Obviously, right? And that dude hit me with a stagger, straight up, a straight up stagger. And I'm over here thinking to myself, now how do I avoid this motherfucker and also stagger him at the same time? And I figured it out a little bit later in the recording, but I will say, if you're not ready, like, you're not gonna beat that guy. Like, you can't parry some of his moves, or like the parryable moves he has have really funky timings to it, to where, I don't know, it's just not as easy as one might think. But yeah, I managed to done up his buddy, and now it's his turn, right? I immediately think I gotta give Big Boy space because he's gonna be swinging that hammer around, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with that. Killed me once, it's not gonna kill me again, you know what I'm saying? This is before I learned that there was a roll mechanic. There is a roll mechanic. It's shift if you're using keyboard. I don't know what it is if you're using controller. This does seem like a very controller adjacent game. And this is before I even learned how to heal too. So like, again, this is what I was saying earlier about them like explaining a little bit more at the start of the game, like how combat functions, because I didn't know two of the kind of important defensive options in the game. Like A, there's a dodge. B, you can heal yourself. If you see where my, like, in the bottom left corner, right, you'll see that little circle with the red bar. That's my health bar, and that's my like action wheel, for lack of better words. But it's so small in the midst of action, it's borderline invisible. Like, I'm like, especially when you're like focusing on parries and all this, that, and the third, like you're not really seeing that, if that makes any sense. But like, again, the fact that when you're low HP the screen goes gray, it definitely does help you identify that you're low health. But at the same time, like, I didn't know that I get 5 pots, you know what I mean? I didn't know that H was the button to heal, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it was just this weird function. Again, like, I couldn't see it, I wasn't told about it, I kind of had to figure it out on my own, which again is fine. Like, it's not hard to do, you figure it out. But again, just maybe making that a little bit more obvious is all I can say. Okay, so basically right now what we're doing is that we're looking for another spirit, you know what I'm saying? We already found the tree, and we found that the guy originally who gave me the sparrow to help guide me. And so we're trying to find another like spirit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the scholar was telling us to look for, so we're looking for it. Again, like, this world's pretty vast. Like, you know, you see these like weird structures. All I want to do is knock them down because they look like they pollute the water. And remember how I said, like, I was saved by an animal, so anything that I deem poisonous to the environment, I kind of wanted out of my game. But as a side note, I feel like this game is very environmentally friendly. Like, I don't know what about it. Well, I mean, it's very like thrown in your face. It's very obvious, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, like, you're a friend of the environment. You're a friend of all these small animals. And as I say that, you guys, remember what I said earlier. If I find any animals, I will try to save the animals, right? And I kind of found them. My bird's froze. I wouldn't have found it either if my bird wasn't like frozen like that too, which is kind of funny. Cause like, I see the cage, I'm like, what's going on here? And I'm kind of glad I killed him. You know what I'm saying? Who puts little baby deer in cages, bro? Like, you're not even supposed to hunt them things. You know what I'm saying? I was like in it as I'm playing the game. I'm like, damn, I hate poachers. I'm like, damn, I hate poachers. Fucking pissing me off, scumbags. You know what I mean? Like, there ain't no reason for you to cage the little ones, man. They ain't even gonna feed you. They ain't even gonna give you the nutrients you need, bro. Like, what the fuck was the point in that? You just doing it to be an asshole. But yeah, anyway, yeah, like, as the game progresses, like, don't get me wrong, I would have killed them anyway, but giving me a reason to hate them more is just like, you know, icing on the cake. You just really do feel like these are bad guys, right? These aren't cool guys, you know. But yeah, I'm getting close to my objective. I'm trying to get used to all my buffs, trying to figure out what they all do. This one, I generally still don't know what it does. I feel like the other one gives me like vampiric capabilities where I like heal off of melee hits, but I'm not too sure. It tells me I get 100 of some stat, but again, it just happens so quickly, and when I activate it, it's mid-combat or the beginning of combat, so I'm focused more on the enemy, so I don't really know what exactly it does. Again, like, you can pick like specific spirits and stuff like that, and with the skill tree it'll allow you to increase like damage on parries, maximum health. There's this other thing where it was like spirit is essentially mana, and like there was something that was synonymous to courage, like spirit, that gives you more courage, and it's like stuff like that. And for me right now, like I don't see why I would want more mana being a warrior. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't really help me. That's why I kind of hope that there's like maybe like fusions of classes to where you can kind of like do both things. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe like a spell sword class would be cool. Maybe like kind of like a hunter class where it uses it kind of like warrior and the archery class. Again, magic archer for you know, for the mages who also want to be kind of like archers at the same time. You know, kind of like blending them together. But it only time will tell what they actually do with this. Again, I'm still trying to learn and figure out how to deal with multiple enemies at one time, because they're all gonna attack en masse, kind of like bees. So, you know, learning when to attack, when to back up is really important. Again, in this part of the video, I have not learned the roll mechanic at all. Oh shit! And see, like, why are you jacking squirrels, bro? Like, what's the point in that? You're not gonna eat them. Funny enough, a random tangent, right? But it ties in with squirrels, right? There used to be a dude in my neighborhood, and he would trap squirrels. Like, there would be, like, when I was a kid, right? There were a lot of people telling me, be careful when you walk in the woods. You know what I mean? Because a guy would like to put squirrel traps, and like, you know, it would get like, some people get caught up in it. I don't know how you get caught up in a squirrel trap, but some people got caught up in it. And so, yeah, like, it was like a whole thing. And I think he ended up moving or something. But like, yeah, he would eat squirrel. And I'm just over here thinking to myself, like, he must like the taste of squirrel. Like, I wonder what squirrel tastes like. Like, what is that? But yeah, if that was an indication that I live in the South, like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Unfortunate. But yeah, you know, I figured out the healing mechanic. You know, it's gonna be a little bit harder for me to die, which is good, but just trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Trying to master the parry, because there is a stat that a perk that I got that gives me more damage off of striking after a parry. So you know how important that's going to be for my overall game plan. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. Like, I really do like how this game has started out. There's a lot of mystery, a lot of intrigue. You know what I'm saying? I think I like the stronger enemies, obviously, because there's a little bit more finesse to fighting them than kind of just go face, you know. But yeah, so like, I'm curious to see what other other combatants are out there, right? I'm wondering if, cause I won't spoil it, but you know, you're gonna see all like levels of combat so far in the game, right? From the early stages, which can allude to what future combat is gonna look like in certain instances, right? So I'm just curious on how the combat's gonna evolve as I dive deeper into the game, you know? Oh wow. But yeah, like, I can't say, because like in most of the games like this, like Red Dead, Dragon's Dogma, I really do complain about the walking a lot, but in this game I don't really mind it too much. primarily because I'm new to the game. I kind of just want to enjoy the scenery in some of the instances that I can. But like, I would like to say like the enemies aren't far from like, you know what I'm saying, from where you are. You know, they're kind of just everywhere for real, and I kind of enjoy that. It just helps keep the entertainment up on these long walks, to where it's not just like you walking for like an hour. It's not like a walking sim, you know. The way that buff activated shows me that I might get a shield, and the fact that like that fight there too was when I learned that, oh my god, I can barrel roll in this game. So now I'm just like, now that's like something I learned, right? I'm gonna try and abuse it. Let's see if I use it immediately here or not. Oh, don't even have to. There's like an assassin backstab quality too, so I know that there's gonna be some level of like character diversity or combat diversity in this game. You just gotta get the right weapons, right? If you go back to that pocket realm, right, you get to see the slew of weapons at your disposal, right? And you know, you can equip some, right, but you have to get them first, right? And my thing is, from what I've seen so far, I can't even. I don't even see a place where you can like buy weapons or like even buy a different outfit. So it's kind of one of those. Maybe I haven't found it yet, and I'm still in like the tutorial function. That could be very, very possible. I don't even know if this is like the beta or the alpha of the game, right? Like, or if this is like the full release. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Alright, but basically that tower I was at was a huge waste of time. There was nothing of value in it. You couldn't even get in the tower, which is kind of weird. Like some of the buildings are there just to be like ornaments. You can't really go in them at all. And like, look, there's another new enemy that I have never seen before. And as soon as I saw him, I immediately thought of For Honor. And the guy that goes Gurive Guripita, you know what I mean? Like he has like the similar fighting style, right? So I was thinking to myself, man, I should really parry this motherfucker and like, you know, open him up to like my startup, right? But parrying him and the hammer dude is just hard, bro. Like I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna rely on the roll. You see how good that roll was? It still takes me a little bit to really get the whole use of the roll in combat, but the fact that I know it works, I'm trying to like, you know, you see, I'm trying to get it down. I feel like the roll and the parry is just gonna be really crucial for us warriors, right? We're gonna be always going phase, and if we don't know certain attack pattern, I feel like the roll is really gonna help keep you alive, keep you from dying. Kinda in the swamplands now. I say it looked nice, but I'd be lying. It's very eerie. I almost feel like I'd fight ghosts here. Yeah, I'm gonna cross that river. I was getting Dragon Dogma flashbacks, and I was like, if I jump in this water and die, I'm gonna be upset. But yeah, Pocket Realm. You just go in here. When you go in here, you just collect different stuff, upgrade different stuff. You all know about that. Yeah, remember I was telling you, once you help him, he joins your pocket dimension? Well, yeah, look, he's in your pocket dimension, he's helping you out in your quest.
Yes, it seems time at last to finish my book. But what title is worthy of the Orem Camus?
I'm just curious on what his book about, man. I wonder what do you guys think a ghost would write a book about? I think he'd write a book about food and how much he miss eating it. Cause honestly, like, what's the point in being on Earth if you can't try the food? You know what I'm saying? The food is probably the best part of the experience. I ain't even gonna cap with you. Whether it's like there's an argument for other things too, but like, you know, when it involves people, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you run the liability of being betrayed, right? But food will never betray you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like food might be just one of the best parts of the experience, in my opinion. I know, like, you know, once I'm a ghost, I know I'm gonna be writing a book about food and how good it was. That was the tree that we have pulled the spear out of. Oh, so yeah, she is connected to this thing. This thing and this lady are connected.
This beast we claim.
I thought me and her were on the same side, right? But like, she's corrupted.
Dreams.
And she's corrupting everything she touches. I kind of want to save the deer.
Yes,
Beautiful creature, bro. But he looked dead. He looked dying. And you know what I'm saying? He looked like he need to eat a little bit more. So I can't stomach it. So I just want to free him. Click, snap my hands, bird. Where I gotta go? Please help me out. I'm lost. I am lost. I was going the whole ass wrong way. Now I'm like, alright, back on track. Alright, y'all, we about halfway to our destination, right? And honestly, like, by this point, I'm kind of like fully immersed into the game. Like, I'm really enjoying just like the experience. You know what I'm saying? The combat's pretty good. You know, I just like how the game looks. Following a bird around, I don't know. It speaks to me. I like the whole environmental aspect to the game too. Probably because, again, if y'all don't know, I really fuck with the environment. Teddy Roosevelt really put me onto the environment. I really fuck with the environment, right? I fuck with birds. I like flying, and I like birds. Weird side fact about me is I'm really good at whistling, right? And so if you whistle certain tunes at birds, they'll actually start singing to you. And when I used to go to zoos a lot, like, period, like, even as an adult now, I will whistle to birds. And I love to hear, like, different birds, like, sing. And, like, I like hearing the different sounds birds make. So, yeah, I like birds. But yeah, so we are at our destination, and honestly, I'm sick of seeing these things polluting the ground and the water. So I'm gonna kill all these guys to vent my frustration. Oh god, but I'm getting jumped right now, and it's kind of scaring me. I'm hoping this does do lifesteal, but I genuinely don't know. And I died. I try to figure out if, like, I could parry multiple strikes at once, and if this saves anyone, FYI, you can't. So you're just better off barrel rolling out and trying to, like, get the single target focus on. But you know, it's a little challenging. It's not as, the combat isn't as simple as it may look. Because again, when they attack on Moss, like, again, you gotta, like, figure out how to deal with multiple people swinging at the same time. And again, I think just for warriors in particular, I think barrel rolling is just the option. Again, I'm a little salty that there are no, like, unique sword skills that I can use. You know, like a slash attack, like any sword techniques. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably my biggest gripe. Oh, who is that? Like, I hear him, right? But I don't see him, right? So, like, that's, like, the real confusing part about it. I thought it was, like, a person that was talking to me. I'm like, but where are you, bro? I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. I'm like, are you in the box? Is that what it is? And I'm like, oh, there you is. I'm telling you, these Some of these creatures, like, really do be blending in with the environment. It is a little strange. Sometimes it's hard for me to follow my bird because my bird's contrail is kind of green and everything else is kind of green. So it's like, I don't know, my eyes have problems differentiating the colors, because it's like the bird's like a light brown flying, very small bird flying, leaving a green contrail with a lot of green grass and green trees. I don't know, I would like it, for that thing in particular, they could have done like the Red Dead route where it's like highlighted like in like a neon color where it's hard to like ignore it, or they could have just made it a completely fuck off different color, like red pops in green atmosphere, or you could have kept the whole environmental vibe and gone hunter's orange, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not gonna harken too hard on this. I think I'm gonna just focus on helping this sneezing fellow.
Might you use this? One of those talky ode things on the patch. My tree.
And look, I gave him like 80 something coins, and he gave me something back in return. Very nice. Oh, in this game, I have a tendency to break boxes, and those box breaking really gives me a lot of money. So if you see boxes, break them. It's like a 50-50 chance they drop money, but sometimes it's more like a 75% chance they drop money. You know what I'm saying? And it's like 100 to like 200 is like the highest I've seen. So like the chances are pretty good, and you find like boxes everywhere, man. So you have like a good probability of like just stacking loot, or gold, even if the gold has no like actual value. Because again, I haven't seen a store yet. But again, I think I'm still stuck in like the tutorial phase. I don't see any like other players doing this. You know, I'm just doing it by myself for real. God damn. I won't lie though, this game look very, very pretty. Very pretty. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Basically, and this part here had me sweating because it was starting to feel like a maze. And again, guys, I have really bad Zorro tendencies, so I'm a little nervous.
Relic of pre-Odin wars. The Fire King.
I don't want to lean on the Sparrow too much. I still want to use my brain, you know what I mean? But at the same time, my brain's gonna be like, okay, we were trapped in a castle that looks like it's inside of a tree. Let's not get too excited, you know, and stay focused on what we're doing, you know what I mean? But at the same time, there's a thought that keeps roaming in my head, like, damn, I wonder if I could just buy this place, fix it up, and then throw like mad parties in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a really cool place. Like, and the more I dive into it, the more I'm like, damn, I kind of like it here. I see why these motherfuckers are in here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he dead. That was kind of cool, huh? How I overwhelmed him and just got to stab him. I fuck with that. I fuck with that kind of heavy. How dare you call me a thief? This is where in the tutorial they were teaching me. Like, they taught me how to throw my sword, but they didn't teach me that I could roll or that there's a healing function. Like, you know, you see what I'm saying? They left some stuff out. They left some stuff out, but they told me something that I'm probably not gonna use. Like, I'm a sword user. Why am I gonna throw my sword? Don't get me wrong, being able to call it back like I have the force is cool, but like, I'd rather have like, I would more than happily trade the throwing sword thing for some actual sword techniques. You know what I'm saying? To really show like, hey, like, I'm like trying to be the master of the sword. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if there's like job advancements to where like I'm at the basic stage, right? And like I can pick like a better like swords fighting style as I progress. There was something that I felt like alluded to that, but when I get there, I'll like bring it back up. But at this point right now, I'm not mad at it. Like it's not like something that's gonna stop me from playing the game. It's just like, it's just another thing you could add to the game to make it better. You know what I mean? Just like for mages, right? I know like you could just make a mage and have them do all the elements in the book, right? But you're only gonna probably give them like 2 spells for every element, and then make like special, like your gravity magic, maybe like maybe some lightning spells. You know what I'm saying? Probably like no dark magic, no light magic. But if you give them like the option of like being like an elemental dragon, or an elemental mage, or an elemental like a dark light mage, or like a gravity mage as like a class choices, I don't know. I feel like it breathe life into the game. And again, with the archer, you kind of do a similar thing too. You give it like maybe like the traditional archer route where they get like, you know, like I don't know, some like I don't know what a traditional archer would get other than like a longbow, and like you give them increased range and shit. But you know, the other classes could be like hunter, where they get a crossbow and maybe like a dagger or something like that, or like again like the like a magic archer where again they use more, they dabble in the arcana. You know what I'm saying? Or like maybe the hunter has like dual mini crossbows or something. The archer be able to shoot poison and all that stuff, and you don't have to craft the arrows. The arrows are like a permanent thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But like again, I haven't, like, this is still the early stage of the game. I don't know what like the latter end has in store for the player, but I'm down to find out. I know my class, irregardless of what happened, I'm gonna have fun with it. That's why I picked it. I feel like for mages, if I was stuck with like, if I didn't have enough choices as the mage, I'd kind of be disappointed. Like, if I only have like 2 spells of each element and it's the generic fire, wind, water, earth, I think I'd be kind of like jaded, because you see in anime how people are like going towards like different elements and like being good at different elements. Like, I think I see more like lightning users than like the average like fire guy now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I say that now and then I think of the water mage anime that just came out. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. It's pretty good. It only has like 3 or 4 episodes out now, but it's a bomb ass watch. I think it'll be it'll be like top anime of the month or of the season. So one of the top animes of summer for sure. But that and Clavatis. It's basically a demon a demon takes a royal blooded baby as an orphan and revives a hero to be his underling while he raises the baby, because he decides to take the baby off the wishes of a dying woman, which is very, very interesting. But like that anime in and of itself is pretty bomb too, just by how it's going. Because like, I don't want to spoil it, but the situation that they're finding themselves in right now, it involves the main characters that can fight to fight, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just excited to see the hero fight again, especially because she had some cool ass fighting techniques. She was fighting kind of like a Valkyrie, low key. She had like an airwalk kind of move. She had kind of like a fast sword style too. She was a sword user too, so that's kind of another reason why I get into it. If there are any sword users in the game, like it's just a plus in my mind, you know what I'm saying? And so, but her master, right, is a demon, right, a shadow beast, and he's like one of the strongest shadow beasts out there, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's very interesting, but he's molded himself into a human body, right? So he's not used to being a human, so he doesn't use any of his shadow demon qualities or traits while being a human, which is weird to me. I would think he would be able to do kind of like both in the form, you know what I'm saying? But there are caveats to it that kind of like nerf him, because if he wasn't nerfed, he'd probably just kill everybody without like any problem. And it's kind of like you know, the Steven Richards effect, where you have this like MacGuffin character that can kind of wipe out any problem, any obstacle that comes in their way, kind of thing. So I can kind of see why they nerfed him, but you know, I wish they just gave him a little bit more fighting power. That's probably all I can say. But yeah. We're gonna fast forward through. All right, okay, so I'm back. I'm gonna give you guys the cliff notes on what the hell just happened. So remember how I was telling you guys I have a tendency of being Zoro. Well, okay, I was being Zoro and I found the exit, and then I fucked around and I killed a lot of enemies in like 2 different towns, and I realized I didn't complete the mission, so I came back. And I came back to finish the mission, because guess what? I can't progress any further until I finish the mission, so that's what I'm going to do, is finish the mission, right? So now I'm back where I started, trying to figure out what I missed that I need to grab. Again, I need to grab some item that's pertinent to the lady that tainted the deer spirit, right? So yeah. The story of those two is actually really sweet. I actually liked how they tied them together. It's just really nice. I'm not going to spoil anything because we will see it eventually in this recording. So I do definitely like how they tell the story in this game. I would say it's in my mind storytelling wise, and I haven't even seen all the story. Keep that in mind. So far, it's a solid 6 from what I've seen. It's a solid 6, because it's like they give it to you in a way to where you kind of have to infer what's going on, right? They make you use your brain, which I like. I like that they're not just giving it to you on a spoon. And there are some twists, right? Like without any information, you know what I mean? You don't know what the fuck is going on. You don't know what the relationship between the lady and the deer are. But as you go through the story, you know, you figure it out. You understand, and then you're like, oh wow, it means so much more, right? Again, I'm not trying to spoil it because we're gonna see it, right? And I want to gush about it while it's happening. It was a really good telling of the story too. I ain't even gonna lie. I was low key when I first watched it. I was confused. I was like, what the hell? What the hell, y'all? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like some shit happened, and I got to see like the whole circle come around, right? And I'm over here like, damn, bro, like that's some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some crazy shit. And it all started with one action too.
Sun's ass.
My
Took
nigga
me
be
with such.
hiding.
The cats are everywhere, huh?
Camo.
I was gonna show you the vault, but I'm good here. Just up ahead and left. You can't miss it. That's it.
See, and this is why you help people, because they help you back.
Right.
Best 80 cents I ever spent. Best 80 cents I ever spent. He said left side. I bet. Gee, I'm gonna go to the left first. I'm gonna check the left side first. Straight ahead to the left. Alright, so after a few chest openings, I figured out the location of the vault, so I'm literally heading right there now.
Old Jotar wanders near.
They're talking about something here. Crazy stuff, man. Oh, I got a... Okay, so...
There's gruel among you. Synod will have me sky wield if his tribute is lightened. Find the gruel and send them back to the piles
we
of
fuse here, which was super dope, right? I become like Fireborn low key. Like my attacks do giga damage now. I basically two shot. I fuck with it heavy, bro. This is where I was like, damn, is this a teaser to like a different class that I may be able to obtain? You know what I mean? Like you get like a fire sword, you know what I'm saying? Like a flame swordsman-esque, and you get like different elemental sword types. Yeah, I definitely pick like a lightning sword or like a dark sword, like a dark knight. Like Dark Knight is like my favorite sort of class to go to in games like this. So if I can pursue a Dark Knight archetype, I definitely go for it. I like the idea of drain tanks doing a bunch of damage. What? Talking to me? Like nah, but that like this shit dope. You know what I'm saying? This shit bang for real.
The old take too much.
But the thing that eat me up is that the fact that it's like a one-time occurrence. You know, if this was like my class, you know what I'm saying, and it's just a buff I get whenever I do something correctly, like it'd be pretty lit. But again, like I could still be in the tutorial and I just not even know it. Again, I haven't seen a single actual player since I did this.
Feel the flames of more
Oh shit.
Our arms entwined in saffron blue. Oh, but I cannot.
Well, thank you for your help. I hope you have a peaceful rest. It's kind of awkward. This is just... Alright, so we back outside now. You know what I'm saying? After getting the like thing that we needed for the quest, I can't even remember what the thing was. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like the main stuff I remember is like the key stuff in the story. I don't really remember the objects I had to get for the story.
Make your preparations.
The way the lady was talking to me, she was talking like she was helping me the entire time, right? So I thought she was on my team, right? So at first I was thinking, why is it that I'm trying to help nature, but this lady look like she's trying to poison it? Like, why? Like, how are we on the same team? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really confused by that. She's telling me to make my preparations. Like, she's seeming like a rat to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like you're gonna betray your homies and be on my team? I'm thinking like she's the commander of the area or something. And I'm just killing all her sportness right now. But yeah, she also helping me. Like I was just so fucking confused. So fucking confused. But again, it makes somewhat sense when we get closer. When we get closer, it'll start making sense. But yeah, guys, we made it to the right location. Now we're gonna interact with this thing. Play a little song. little song. Now, guys, pay attention to this. I thought this was so interesting. It made me mad how I messed that up. But like, I had to play a little song. Like I was playing Ocarina of Time, which is a game I've never played. But I've always like seen those like little mini like song trials. You feel me? Look. Guys, remember this. One act of kindness could sow seeds of friendship forever. Boom. Just like that, they are now friends. That probably hit Daddy calling too. He's like, ah shit. Daddy calling, I gotta go. Nice meeting you, miss. Here's your basket. Cute, right? A native lady and a future guardian, you know, linking up to, like, you know what I'm saying, do that humble shit. You love to see it. It's like a start of a movie for real. It's like you can see that as like another version of Pocahontas.
The totem reveals. Here, envoy. Here.
He said here in a way to where I thought he was gonna give me something, but then he just fade off, and I'm like, nigga, what? Like, why'd you even pull up for real? Like, obviously, like, I gotta go in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even gotta really say nothing. Just tell me good luck, and, you know, hopefully I don't get gored.
The fabled glades of Underin. But where are the voicing trees? The shimmering pictics? Have the old engines made it even here?
Honestly, like, I'm mad that I see these guys here. This just reaffirmed what I thought earlier, that lady is like their leading commander. As you guys see, I got that roll down on fleet. You can't touch this. Alright, okay. Now you die. Later, man. Can't touch this. Oh, there's an arrow. See, look. That looked like a skill. And I can't do no skills. Like, that's crazy. But again, if I'm doing like the default, if like this is like the basic class and I haven't unlocked the like weapon skills yet, then like I would like to see the type of enemies that force you to use skills type shit. But again, like I really don't know. I'm trying to find out. I'm just trying to figure out where the next is, making sure I don't leave any chests behind. Cause again, I want to collect everything. Cause if it's important, I don't want to leave it behind. You know. Still don't know what's valuable in this game yet, but so that means everything's valuable. You know. Later. Oh yeah, that explodes. Some of the enemies explode too if you beat them too fast. So just head on a swivel. Oh, look.
He's history's envoy, a mythical stag, the omen beast of the Dentwit people, Alcastil.
Look. I saw this and I'm like, oh, it's a puzzle now? If y'all don't know, I love me a decent puzzle, you know what I'm saying? I like me a decent puzzle, alright? So I'm over here. Look, the mural tells the story. The mural tells the story.
See you any magics that might offer a clue? Huh?
I quite liked it. I quite liked it. Then I was like, oh yeah, let me use my spirit vision.
The mighty stag leads where his herd follows. An excerpt from my sterling treatise, Internal Lessons.
And I'm like thinking to myself, damn, they look kind of like horse heads for real. But I'm like, well, what's that got to do with anything, bro? I'm thinking I gotta interact with the platforms or like the walls in some sort of way to open the door. Open the door. But in fact, it all makes sense now, right? It is the statues, in fact, the things that I have to fuck with, right? But hold on, guys. It like, you know what I'm saying? Hindsight. I started, you know, doing my my secret technique to figure out all my problems. See, but then I was there, right? I was standing right next to him, and it didn't do nothing. It's like, oh, okay, so they all gotta face the same way, and then one gotta face away. All right. And I'm like, that one's facing the right way, right? I'm thinking they all gotta face the door. I'm like, yeah, now it works, right? Ain't shit happened. I'm thinking to myself, the fuck did I do wrong? The way is wrong, right? So I gotta fix it, right? But in what way would it be right? You know what I'm saying? It's obvious now, obviously, because I solved the riddle, right? But at first, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking to myself, like, bro, you have them all facing the door, bro. They're all facing the door. One's looking away from the door, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is where I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm seeing the different heads, right? I guess I have to face inward instead of face on. You know what I'm saying? Success!
You have foreseen
Woo!
what lies beyond. We might need to stay here to document these invaluable histories.
Bro, take it in, take a picture. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't staying. I really wanted to touch those glowing vines, but I said nope. As soon as I saw how corrupt this place looked and I saw the lady, I'm like, listen, man, I might just stab you straight up. Look at him. He looks so emaciated. He looked like he in pain.
You're soon to be one of us.
Like I'm literally something came over me, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, poor baby, you know. I don't even talk like that. I was like, the hell's going on? I started turning into Jeff from American Dad, and I'm like, You're an evil lady.
Race into
You're an evil lady. You're a bad lady. No one likes you. Then my spirit bird comes in, talking about, nigga, it's time to lace up. I'm like, fuck it. You already heard the one thing that was that kept you from being wiped out in my mind. Now that I realize you're the one taking them, I'm like, listen, lady, you gotta go. Lo and behold, that probably would have made Mr. the deer more upset if I killed her. Did you guys figure it out yet? Put in the comments down below now. Who is this lady in relationship to the deer?
Put fire in every heart. Betrayer.
How am I the betrayer? That deer helped you out and then you hurt him. You look like more like a betrayer than me. Oh, she dead? I was really thinking to myself, this is like the easiest. This was like the easiest boss battle ever. Look, I'm like, let me purify you. Let me remind you who you are. Let yourself be cleansed. I get mad. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do this perfectly. This is my first time ever doing something like this. Do y'all remember this little girl? I keep messing it up, guys, and I'm telling you, it is making me a little angry. This is reminding me of when I was teaching myself how to play the guitar. And in my mind, I'm like, wow, she was a little girl the whole time. And I'm like, weird how things come full circle, right? It ends up the creature or the thing that the creature loved the most turned out to hurt it the most. Some real symbolic shit, bro. Off of one act of kindness, their lives became forever intertwined. Very beautiful. Now I must set him free from his pain. Look at him. Be still, my friend. I will not hurt you. I just need to get that spear out of his freaking back, man. Like, y'all hear the song too? Like, I'm a girl, man. I gotta remember. I don't know what about it about seeing certain animals hurt that really fucks me up, but I was legitimately getting emotional fighting this. Like, I wanted to just help as soon as I could. Like, I wasn't even thinking. I was like, I have to get his health bar down. I have to pull this thing out of him. Like, you guys see it, right? I had like zero desire of like seeing this guy struggle. Like, it just bothered me. Relax. It'll only hurt but a moment. I had to remind myself this shit wasn't real. It was a good story. It was a good story. Again, this part, chef's kiss. Like, definitely. I like it. I like it a lot. If the rest of the stories that I encounter hit like this, where it actually like gets me feeling something, because I don't feel much at all. If this shit gets me feeling something, this might be one of my favorite games of the year. The fact that this actually made me feel something as as an individual, I was like, this is nice. Like, again, I was like, I don't feel nothing in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was getting weird. And then this shit happened. Bro, you headbutt me as a thank you? That's weird, dog. And he told me to sit there, and I'm like, bro, I just helped you. Rude ass motherfucker. But you know, I won't lie. If somebody helped me too, I'll probably like, you know what I'm saying. I would headbutt them too, but it's like out of love. You know what I'm saying. I'm not mad at nothing. You know, this is just how I say thank you. You know what I'm saying. Like I had to take it in for a second. You know what I'm saying. The scenery, the fact that he headbutted me. You know what just happened. I had to take it all in.
I do not know you.
Oh shit, he talked.
You look like the Clegs who skinned my lovers,
What?
who brined my rivers, who smeared their metal bowels on every wind.
So yeah, I might have gotten it wrong. Maybe I'm from the opposition, right? But I turncoated because my mom potentially might have been an indigenous person, right? And that's why she had to give me up, is because though she was indigenous, I had something in my blood to where it forced me to join whatever this evil coalition is that fucks up the environment. This is my hypotenuse off of just the little information given right now.
Envoy, I offer you the grace of my crown.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you, and I respect the crown as best of my abilities. And look. This is where I was talking about I might get a different class assignment depending on what deity I decide to rock with, right? I like the sword, right? And the fit was looking kind of snazzy. Like, look, like you can't tell me that's not like a gladiator-esque fighting pose, gear, everything. Like, of course, if it like I already fucked gladiator shit off the rip anyway, just about how my mind works in the aesthetic, right? So you know what I'm saying? I like, you know, I just want to get to it. And when I came back and that wasn't just what I was wearing immediately, I was a little bummed. I'm not gonna front. Okay, so nothing really else happens. You know, I'm on the road again. I'm looking for a tomb, essentially, of a king. The king of Heth, I believe. And I believe after that point, that is where I'm going to wrap this up in a great big bow. It's almost 3 a.m. and you know, I'm a tad bit sleepy. I think this game in general would be a good game to stream. I feel like it's very immersive. It does take you on a journey, and you know, I feel like it does have some really good talking points, some really good things to speculate with a group of people, right? Yeah, I actually am genuinely curious on making a guild and really just like seeing what it's like playing this game with a party, you know what I'm saying, of like 2 more people, you know, each different archetype, you know, fighting together, you know what I'm saying? But like I have to really find something really difficult for me to do that, because again, right now I genuinely feel like I can just solo everything by myself. Especially now that I figured out the role mechanic. I'm good at parrying now. I understand how to heal. You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem really necessary to involve others in my quest, right? But again, if there are like bigger quests that I just haven't embarked on, where it's kind of like forced public engagement, because like, I don't know, it's like a dungeon where the boss that you fight is really strong. Like, I could see how they could force a squad of 3 to link, and you know, I'm all for it, especially if it's very entertaining combat. Oh, I don't know if I said this, but I'll say it now. This game is free. I didn't pay nothing. All right, I ain't got to pay nothing. Okay, and for a game to look this nice and it's free, and there's like no real downsides other than probably the well, again, I don't want to see lack of combat because I haven't gotten that far. I don't even think I'm that high a level. Like, y'all see me, I'm only fighting level like 7 and 8, 7 and 9. So I think I'm around like maybe like 8, 9 myself. You know what I'm saying? So maybe by like level 30, if I haven't gotten any like real significant like skill moves and like sword techniques, then that's probably where you're gonna really start hearing me gripe about like combat. But in my opinion, so far, I think this game's pretty fucking good. If you like fantasy adventure, especially if you like fantasy adventure, this might be the game for you. I ain't even gonna cap. But yeah, you know, especially if you're really a environmentalist too, you like helping animals and shit like that. Like, you might inherently just enjoy this game too. Like, I am an outdoorsy kind of person. I do like going outdoors. And the fact that I kind of like, this game kind of like found me, you know what I'm saying? By happenstance. And it's about nature and stuff, like, it kind of sold me a little, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm into cars too, right? And one of the games I want to like play is a car game, right? But it's like $70 and I don't have $70 on me, right? So I need to, like, that's a game I want to play and stream and like make videos on. But again, hopefully good things come to those who wait, right? And so I wait for my moment, my opportunity. But yeah, like, we're back in like a town that y'all didn't see me go through, but we have been here already. Again, I'm looking for a sort of tomb for a king, I'm trying to find it and figure out what in the Sam Hill is going on. You know what I'm saying? The fact that like I kind of grabbed the wall there and I didn't even know was kind of nice. And it looked like I found the tomb. This thing glows, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on? Alright, I'm gonna show this because I feel like this was important to solving the clue. Talking about two twins sleeping, you know, keys, messengers, and the sun. You know what I'm saying? So obviously the suns are the two statues, right? I don't know how I make them sleep, right? They're already kind of sleeping because they're statues, right? And statues don't move. But I'm thinking maybe it has to do something with the sun itself in the game, and maybe I have to come back during nighttime. But I generally don't want to wait that long, right? So basically, now I'm testing my theory. I'm trying to chew up time to, you know, see if the sun going down does actually affect the area, right? And what better way to spend your time than killing some monsters? And that guy was a great example of this is too much, and he just killed himself. So, you know, again, watch out, guys. Some of these monsters are kamikazes, and it's no joke. So yeah, I did a little bit of exploring, I did a little bit of adventuring. The sun's kind of going down now, so I'm just trying to think to myself, how do I get these two suns to sleep? You know what I'm saying? I don't quite understand too well the difference in what triggered this. By this I mean him. He's the key holder. But my thing is, what caused him to spawn? Again, like, I didn't really do anything too different. I think all I did was really look at the thing. You know, I didn't really click anything. And yeah, you know, a thing happened, and now I'm fighting a guy with a flaming sword. Again, a lot of allusion to like flaming swords. You know, hopefully this is a class that the warriors can go into, because that'd be cool. I mean, it's just cool fighting him in general, but like, you know, I want the fighting for me to feel as cool as fighting that guy, you know what I mean? And I just feel like it'd be a little annoying if, again, only the NPCs get the cool stuff. I have to fight them bare bones. Right, we're at the tomb, right? Look, this is where I'm like, maybe I'm starting to leave the tutorial area, because out of nowhere, all of the people start to spawn, right? All these people start to spawn. Again, guys, this was an amazing adventure. This game is called Soulframe. If you like this game, you know, definitely go ahead and get it if you enjoyed watching it. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next adventure. Peace.